We're giving you more on these stories. ANC President, that's Cyril Ramaphosa, is promising improved service delivery as well as a stand against corruption. Now, he admits the governing party has failed many municipalities, but he says the ANC has learned its lesson. Ramaphosa was speaking at the ANC's manifesto launch last night ahead of November's municipal elections.
This evening, we pledge to you, the people of South Africa, that we will do better, much better than we have done in the past. This is a pledge, and this is what we dedicate ourselves to you on. We have not always done the best that we were meant to do, and we have not always done the best that we are capable of doing. Yes, we stand here and admit that we have made mistakes. We have not always put the best people in positions of responsibility in government. Yes, too often we have been slow to act when our public representatives and leaders committed wrongdoing, when they have abused their positions or failed in implementing the mandate that you, our people, have given them. In the 2 years since the ANC was given a clear mandate to renew and rebuild itself, we have been working to restore our movement and remove the obstacles to progress towards a better South Africa.
Well, Ramaphosa does admit that the ANC has not always put the best people in positions. He further says this time around, half of the candidates are women and 25% are young people.
The candidates we are fielding in this election enjoy the confidence of the people they are expected to serve. The candidates are rooted in communities and have a strong record of service. Almost half of our candidates are women, and more than a quarter of our candidates are young. 25% of our candidates are young people.
SACP Secretary-General Blade Nzimande is calling on government to use locals for infrastructure projects. Now, he says this will uplift as well as develop communities. Nzimande was speaking at the ANC's election manifesto held yesterday.
We call for rapid expansion of public employment programs rolled out by local government. There are many things that needs to be done in our communities that can be done through public employment programs, whether it's cleaning our townships and villages, early childhood facilities, expanded public works projects. We say not everything must be taken out for a tender. Many things can be done by communities in our own areas. We want to see work and projects being set aside for small businesses and cooperatives. We welcome the ANC's commitment to scale up investment into infrastructure, especially in our townships and in our villages.
Well, service delivery, clean governance and competent leaders. Those were just some of the demands from ANC supporters. They came in their numbers to listen to the party's election manifesto. However, in attendance was limited to 500 people in line with COVID-19 regulations.
The message from the president is clear. Now the ANC is going to implement. They are no longer going to promise the people their lives whatsoever. They are going to make it sure that they deliver from the manifesto of the ANC that the president alluded to us today. It is clear that there is no way that the ANC is not going to deliver and making sure that it's going to give the people service delivery that they want.
The African National Congress is going to bring Tshwane back and the service that our people has longed for so long under the DA, which came in 2016, has never delivered anything to the people of Tshwane. Yes, we are sure that under the ANC, people of Tshwane, there will be safety. Projects are not going to be hijacked. Service delivery is going to be delivered.
Now, the ANC's manifesto is a simple cut and paste of the 2016 edition, and this is according to political analyst and host of eNCA's Power to Truth, JJ Tabane. Well, he says the same promises to root out corruption were made back in 2016.
The only slightly new thing is because he had to talk about COVID, to say because there was no COVID in 2016, right? But other than that, it's exactly a cut and paste of the previous ANC, at least the last one of 2016, Shahan. As I was saying to Sally earlier on, I glanced through that manifesto in preparation for today. And up front in that manifesto, there were 5 promises that were made there. And just to touch on the highlights, accountability. And the president started with that. You talked a lot about corruption. You know, lots of promises about people being arrested. And we know that very few people have been convicted. If anything, a lot of people are getting out with murder. So that promise of 2016 was repeated today. Then there's an issue about water and electricity. In the previous manifesto, they showed that in the period ahead of 2016, there were 2 million people more who were given water, right? And I think there were 2 more million people who were electrified, etc. But it's the quality of those services.